for the Metal Gods Meltdown, and today I am joined by...
Hey Sebastian, here's Chris By from the German band Freedom Call. And thanks for your time and thanks for your efforts to have this interview with me. So I'm really looking forward.
Awesome, mate. Okay, so then it's nearly been 25 years of Freedom Call. That's absolutely insane, isn't it? Where's the time gone? You recently released Metal Fest as well. I mean, when you play to such massive crowds and have so many adoring fans, do you still step back at times and have to catch your breath at all you've achieved?
Yeah, it's always amazing again and again. But firstly, I have to say, so we're celebrating our anniversary next year. So I'm counting from the first release that was in 99.
Right.
The Stairway to Fairyland. And yeah, we already released 2 live albums. And this is our 3rd one. And maybe it was a good reason to celebrate our 20th anniversary. We were celebrating in 2019. And we played a very, very a massive tour, not only in Europe, we also have been in South America. Unfortunately, the plans to go to South Asia got interrupted by the pandemic. So we're always suffering under it. And yeah, but so when we came back in 2021, 22, we decided literally by accident to record this live album because it was not really planned in advance. So we didn't work on it a month in advance to prepare the recording machines and things. We really decided it on our way to the festival to record the show. And yeah, and the rest, it was fitting by itself. So.
It is amazing, and it's only been out a short while as well. I mean, what's the responses been like from fans and media alike so far?
Yeah, so the response is amazing. And I think also the friends, I do not like the word fans, so it sounds so, our friends and also the media, they are appreciating that this DVD or Blu-ray and live album is not a big production and not that perfect what other bands or other productions are, because we decided it quite spontaneous to record it, because today is not a problem with a digital technique to I think in the early days you really needed big recording machines and synchronization and a lot of analog cameras and things. And today you're just using a USB stick. And that makes it much more easy to do things like this. But I think the most important thing when you are writing songs or when you're recording a live album or maybe you're filming a movie or anything, the most important thing, or maybe the only one chance to touch the people's hearts, is when you are authentic.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that's the only chance. I think you have to, especially today with a digital technique, you can make it all perfect. You can make it in a home studio music or videos in a really perfect style with Hollywood colors and things. But I think the people got tired about that because they are longing for emotions and they're longing for authenticity.
Absolutely.
And that's, I think, we got with this live album and with the Blu-ray, because it's honest. It's just a band's concert, nothing else.
Absolutely. So you're going to be asked this a lot already, probably, but is a studio album coming this year then as well, an actual studio album?
It's a secret. No, we are constantly working on it, and I just 5 minutes in advance I came down from my studio and writing new songs, and we are almost ready with the songwriting, and we're gonna start to produce early, I hope, in the next weeks or next month. but probably we won't get it for this year. So in 24, a new album of Freedom Call will appear.
Brilliant. So you guys have released 12 albums. Which would you say is your favorite album, though?
Yeah, it's a good question, and I frequently often ask. I can't say so. It's hard because all the albums I wrote it with my heart and with my feelings, with my emotions, with all the power and glory and things. So it's hard to have a favorite album. But I think so. The turning point in a positive way was the Eternity album. So we have these songs: Warriors, Land of Light, Metal Invasion, and things. And so it's always a nice reason to think back to the past. But I can't really rank it because I always trying to write the best album of Freedom Call, not just an album. It always has to be the best album of Freedom Call, and so it's hard to have a favorite.
So having to release a live album, can we expect you then to be out on tour this year?
I am. Yeah, so touring, probably not. So we played several summer festivals.
Right.
And this year is creative year. It's songwriting year, it's producing year. And we also want to have some venues left for the regular tour next year. So when we are touring right now, maybe some promoters would say, Freedom Call, this guy have been here last year, so next year with a new album, we will come on tour.
Right. Well, I'll tell you my little story about you guys. I saw you play, I think it was 2014.
Okay.
I can't be sure. You were Neon Fly from the UK was supporting.
Yeah. I can remember.
And you played Trillions in Newcastle, and it was.
I can remember.
Unbelievable. No one was there, were they? It was. I remember because we were there with friends, and it was just your Freedom Call. And I think there was about 7 of us there. It was ridiculous. But you guys and Neon Fly put on such an amazing show. It was fantastic.
Thank
and it
you.
was like, my God, I was thinking, you must be thinking, why? So then a few years later, 2019, I'm in Fengarola, and I saw you at Rock the Coast. That's incredible. That made it a lot better for me.
And an amazing venue. So the location is great. So especially on backstage. So when you're preparing your stuff and you always can see the beach, the nice area. Yes, that was an amazing festival, Rock the Coast. Yeah,
it really was. Yeah, they only did the one though, and of course we got COVID, so I don't know if they'll do another. But yeah, it was fantastic. But I remember because I went up into the stands to watch you guys, and it was like, oh my God, 2 or 3 years ago there was no one at Trillions because they hadn't advertised it, had they?
And I can remember I had a second appearance on stage for my friends from the Spanish band Taken. It was not on at the main stage. It was up. Yes, it was up on the castle.
Yeah.
And we had lots of fun at this festival. Yeah.
So what I was asking you that though is, can you tell me then what has been the most disappointing gig? Was Trillions one of them?
Oh no, Trillions was amazing. I really can't remember. Yeah, this Irish pop or English pop, whatever.
Yeah.
And I know that. That was a quite funny thing. So to be on tour in England this time, and England is always an interesting challenge to tour.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So you have interesting clubs. So I can remember once we have been in Sheffield, and but I don't think that the venue is still existing. I think it was called something with South Side.
Right.
Is it possible?
Right.
Yeah, and for example, they didn't have enough cables for us. So So we really had to have some fake cables from the background vocals to the ground because there were not too many not enough cables available. And but I think to tour in England, you should be a little bit flexible.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, that's the word for it, I guess. Right. Okay. So carrying up on the live show sort of thing, what would you say has been the best show you've ever played with Freedom Call? I mean, you've got 25 years of experience. Which would you say, like Clutch Out in the Sky is one of the...
Yeah, I think that most of the people are expecting that I'm saying, oh, yeah, we played at the Wacken Festival, 83,000 people, or Sweden Rock, 45,000 people. We have been at the Bloodstock Festival in England, all these big ones, and we played a lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
But it's definitely not, because maybe you can try to imagine when you're going on stage, you have a distance to the audience, almost 30, 40 meters. Yeah. There are a lot of photographs and journalists and things and security and whatever. And then you can't see their people's faces. No. You can't see their people's eyes. No. Maybe you can have a poster at home with a crowd. So it's similar. I'm personally preferring to play in hopefully packed or good crowded clubs. Yeah. Then you can not only can see the people really in an enthusiastic way, you can see their eyes, you can smell them, you can smell them, you can, I think that is life. That is really, it's a good atmosphere. But finally, I think the mixture in between makes it. It's just playing in small clubs. Yeah, it's interesting. But the mixture in between playing for 20 or 50 or 80,000 people and next day at a club with 300, that is life. That is life.
Absolutely. So go back again then. Can you remember the first time you ever played live and had people watching you? Can you remember the first ever?
Our first show ever, we had a warm-up show with friends, so in a very, very small club. And fortunately, nobody recognized it. But our first show, a regular show with the band Guy. With my friend Toby. It was in 1999. We were supporting the Brazilian band Angra. On the tour in France.
Wow.
It's just France. And then not so much later, we toured with Saxon.
Right. Amazing.
Yes. And we really became friends, and Biff and me. And finally, I did the keyboards on their Metalhead album.
Did you? I didn't know that.
Yeah. So it's just written in the credits. So I did the keyboards.
Wow, really? That's so cool.
Yeah, it was exciting, yes.
Okay, so obviously you've toured like with some of the biggest bands in the scene. But if there was like 3 bands that are dead or alive, who would be your ultimate 3 bands to go on a tour on a road with?
It's a hard question. So many good bands. So I'm really loving Trivium. I like it. So it's a bit different. And so it's one favorite from my youth. Maybe it's Saga.
Oh, yeah.
I'm loving them. I'm loving them so much. And I would like it. I do not know if he is still touring or maybe he already quit or it's a surprise or whatever. I saw him once live in Hollywood in Los Angeles. It's Ozzy Osbourne.
I think he's finished now. But yeah.
Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Nobody. But it was fun because it was quite cold outside. It was in June.
Right.
In Hollywood, there's the June gloom. And it could be in the evening, 15, 14 degree. And he was so happy to have this firework tube. And he was putting some water to the people and all were wet and they were yelling about that. But it was fun, yes.
Cool. So next one then. If there was a heavy metal song about yourself, what would it be called?
A heavy metal what?
Heavy metal song about yourself, what would it be called? What would be the
Okay.
title?
Okay. Oh, phew. Heavy metal. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, metal. I like the word metal because so we have the first metal album. It's called METAL.
Yeah.
Probably it's the first real metal album of Freedom Call. So we have the Metal Invasion,
Yeah.
and we have the Metal Fest. Hey,
Brilliant.
let's name it metal.
Brilliant. So have you ever thought of like having your own festival? You know, like my brain's gone dead. What are they called? Sabaton. Sorry. You know, like
Oh,
Sabaton have their own festival. Have you ever thought of having like a Freedom Call festival?
oh yeah. I think Sabaton and Freedom Call is a little bit. They have a lot of possibilities.
Yeah.
I think there are so many efforts and so much preparation. You need a big crew
Mm.
to make it possible. Yeah, it would sound amazing, the Freedom Call Festival, because you also can put it in a like political way,
Yeah.
or and maybe we should organize it on the border between Ukraine and Russia. Yeah, and yeah, but
That
I
might be
don't.
a plan.
Yeah, yeah. Or
My girlfriend's Ukrainian.
okay, yeah,
So
yeah. I think, but you have many places you should organize a Freedom Call Festival on
yeah,
this world.
yeah. We
It's
we the
not.
world needs happy metal, mate. It really
Yes,
does.
yes.
Absolutely. All
Yeah, I
right.
would love, but it's so. It's a bit unreal,
Yeah. My
unrealistic.
my Belgian friend loves to answer this question of musicians, so you can go
Okay.
either one or two ways. If you were a musical instrument, what would you be?
A bass.
Okay.
I mean, with a big belly.
Brilliant. I mean, so if you could do a cover of any song, which one would it be and why, and release it?
Well, we already did some covers. So
I
we
know.
did. I recently was listening to that on the radio when I was driving my car. It was a different song from RAWKS.
Okay.
So we were covering the Dancing with Tears in My Eyes.
Oh, that's a good song.
I'm loving this song. I'm loving the singer.
Yeah.
Then we were covering Hiroshima from Wishful Things.
Right.
I think
Right.
it's. And then I think that was a request from Halloween, from the band Halloween, from the German one.
Mhm.
It was what's the song? Forgot the name. There are so many great songs. There are so many great songs, and I would really go in a deep way. Oh, maybe an old one from Deep Purple, Eyes
Yeah.
of a Stranger.
Yeah.
Not Eyes of a Stranger.
Perfect
It's
Strangers.
Perfect Strangers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
love this album. Love this album.
Yeah. Well, going back to Rock the Coast Festival, I was interviewing Michael Monroe backstage,
Oh
and
yeah,
it was Rainbow was on with Ronnie Romero, wasn't it? I was gutted because I wanted to, I was like torn. Michael Monroe going, I was like, that
okay,
backstage is like so annoying. But yeah, I mean, did you actually catch Ronnie Romero's Rainbow? It's fantastic. I thought it was really good. Did you actually catch
definitely.
that? Yeah,
I talked to Michael Monroe backstage. I
right,
can
right,
remember, yes,
right.
and
Awesome.
to the singer of the Darkness.
Oh, Justin,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. Was a nice evening, and we enjoyed. Had a lot of drinks, and yeah. Unfortunately, on big festivals, so because I have some interviews beside, or I have something, I'm busy
Yeah,
with taking care of our technical gear and things. So there's unfortunately less time really to enjoy the
yeah.
bands and
Yeah.
enjoy the atmosphere. But yeah, Rock the Coast, it's an
It
unforgettable.
was.
Yes,
It
the weather
was.
was amazing. It was hot,
It was.
and yeah, fantastic,
It was fantastic.
fantastic. Yes.
It was. Okay, so going back then to the album you just recently released, will you be releasing any more singles from the album?
Yes, so we're working on it. So the Metal Fest is part of the new album, but also, yeah. So I think it's a mixture in between. It was the welcome song of the live album, because the same title, because we recorded at the festival called the Metal Fest in the Czech Republic.
Yeah, I know it. Yeah,
and it's the first hello of the upcoming new studio album. But I think so that we will release end of the year the second single of the new album. Yeah.
Cool. Awesome.
Too many good songs. Hard decision.
That's something to look forward to. All right. So finally, it's 5 questions, either or either. So the first one is bratwurst or beer?
Beer.
Vinyl or digital?
Or wine.
Or wine. Fair enough, yeah. Vinyl or digital?
Digital, because it's more easy to handle. I have a lot of vinyls, also Ozzy Osbourne, and from my parents a lot of classical things. But in this case, to make it easy, it's digital.
So much quicker, isn't it?
Yeah.
Accept or Creator?
Accept. Right. Love and Creator, but amazing sound. But from my own music taste, Accept.
Cool. Festival or small intimate gig?
Small club gig.
Yeah. And the final one, are you a saint or a sinner?
A sinner. What a question. Come on.
Brilliant. All right, mate. Well, I want to thank you so much for your time. And again, congratulations on the live album. Look forward to the new album next year. Have a great day. Do you have anything finally for your fans, our viewers and listeners?
Thank you. Same to you, Sebastian. Thanks a lot for this nice talk to you and to all the metalheads in the UK. So we have been recently in London. I think it was in November at the Underground, of course. But hopefully we can play some more shows.